valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Since Sea Power came out 5 or 6 months ago, I've been desperate to do the big classic US versus China non-aircraft carrying warship battle, which is of course for America the Arleigh Burke, modern version of Ticonderoga, versus the Chinese modern 052, 054 and 055, and just added to Sea Power a few days ago by Manoeuvre Warfare is the 052 C and D, which gives us the full house. We now have these 5 big warships, and of course we're going to battle them. So first, let's remind ourselves of the details of each ship. So our modern version of the Arleigh Burke in an ideal loadout is 26 RIM 174, that's SM6, range over 200 miles, anti-ship, anti-air, anti-everything basically. We have 40 RIM 66 M5 SM2, range 100 miles. We have 40 RIM 162E ESSM Block 2, range just over 30 miles, which can also be used for over-the-horizon surface combat. We have, in place of MSTs today, 12 RGM 109B, so that's a Naval Tomahawk. The MSTs are still not working in-game at the moment, so that will be our MST for today. We have RUM 139, not relevant today, Mark 46, not relevant for today, a 127mm naval gun on the bow, single Sea Whiz, and defensive measures. Tico, which is an absolute powerhouse as we know from previous battles, 76 RIM 66 M5, 24 RIM 162A, earlier block ESSM. For our 20 MSTs, we're going to have 20 RGM 109B, 12 SM6 today. Also, for closer range combat, or within 80 miles I should say, 8 RGM 84D harpoons, Mark 46, RUM 139, single 127mm naval gun on the bow. We have twin Sea Whiz and defensive measures. For the newly added 052, it comes in C and D variants, and today we'll be using the D variant. We have a very hardcore 48 HQ9Bs, anti-everything missile, range 135 miles. Also close in defense, 48 HQ10, range 5 miles. Surface to surface, 8 YJ-18s, range 350 miles. They cruise subsonic. Once they get within 10 miles, then increase speed to a staggering Mark 3, extremely dangerous weapons. Anti-land CJ-10, not relevant for today. We have YU-7 ASW torpedoes, not relevant for today. A single 130mm naval gun on the bow, and single 11-barrel 30mm Sea Whiz amidships here, and defensive measures. And because this is the new ship for today, we'll have a quick look round. This is what we call a kit bash low fidelity model. However, it still looks perfectly good. I mean, it's nothing compared to a high fidelity ship like this, but for what we're going to be doing today, which is mainly long range combat, it's perfectly good. So well done for another ship added. 054A Frigate will have 32 HQ16 low range SAM defense. Her surface to surface today will be YJ-83, range 156 miles. It cruises subsonic, and in its terminal phase it becomes supersonic, but only just above Mark 1, so it's not much compared to YJ-18. We have RBU mortar, we have ASW torpedo, single 76mm naval gun, twin, strangely, 11-barrel Sea Whiz here and here, amidships, and noisemaker. Finally, the biggest and heaviest ship on the board today. It's a destroyer, but really it's a cruiser, we all know. 80 HQ9B, range 135 miles, close in defense HQ10, 48 of them, long range anti-ship YJ-18, supersonic, 16 of them. CJ-10s, not relevant for today. ASW torpedoes, single 130mm gun, and a single 11-barrel Sea Whiz and defensive measures. So that's the stats. We'll do our usual long-range battle first, then we'll do a close to medium-range battle, and then we'll do our broadside. For the long-range battle, because this one's so important, I'm going to push it out from 50 miles up to 100 miles, maybe further. I haven't fully decided yet. In terms of predictions, who's going to win? Well, you never really know. We've done this exact battle in DCS before, and it was actually a draw, at least at long range. Could it be a draw here? I don't know. My main fear is the Chinese YJ-18, and just thinking out loud, the best way to intercept those YJ-18s is when they're on their mid-course cruise, because they're going subsonic at that time. So Blues, if we do everything right, will probably use the AWACS to find the YJ-18s in their cruise, use their over-the-horizon active radar homing SM-6 or RIM-172 missiles to hunt down those YJ-18s in their cruise. Because if they get to terminal, it's going to be impossible to stop them. And in terms of American offense, we're going to be reliant on MST today. So we'll just have to see what happens. Welcome in, viewers. First long-range battle. I've chosen 100 miles rather than 50. It feels about right for the battle that we're using and the weapons that we're using, so we'll see how it goes. Now, usually I allow the ships to fire piecemeal as they wish. However, because we're using a longer range battle today, I would prefer all missiles to be fired at once, because it saves us a lot of time. So I've asked all ships to fire all surface-to-surface missiles at once. I will ask them not to fire their SM-6s at the beginning, because what tends to happen, if you remember, is the hostiles will be spotted firing their anti-ship missiles. As those anti-ship missiles pop up, we tend to fire our SM-6s. Those missiles then dive down, the SM-6s lose track, and it's a waste of SM-6. So I'm going to ask them to hold fire to begin with. Otherwise, that's it. Let's see what happens. MST's out. Lots of MSTs out. Let's check the Chinese. They are firing YJ-18. They appear to be firing all YJ-18 and no self-defense missiles, and they are on otherwise free fire. 052D still firing. Sorry, 054A is still firing. So he's depleted all of his missiles. 52 has depleted all of his missiles. 55 has depleted all of his missiles. So they've gone for an absolute everything at once. And as you can see on the map display, we cannot see those missiles. We won't see those missiles from our AWACS until they get, well, I don't know, probably halfway. We can see our own missiles, which, in case you missed the briefing, are RGM 109 Bravos playing Tomahawk 5 MSTs. And otherwise, we're holding fire until we see the hostile missiles coming, well, not coming over the horizon, but coming into AWACS view. And here they come, spotted over the horizon, actually amazingly just as they passed our missiles. So we need to now change ourselves to weapons tight so that we can defend ourselves, allowing the SM-6 over the horizon missiles to be fired. Off they go. Firing at about 50 miles, being guided in by the AWACS, of course. How well are they going to do against those missiles? What kind of PK are they going to get? Mainly YJ-18, some YJ-83 mixed in, and connections. Looking from a rear YJ-18, SM-6 is smashing down, doing a smashing job. Okay, more SM-6s coming out, hitting. We've also got ESSM over the horizon now, max range just under 40 miles. Basically everything coming out. Check the Chinese. Chinese not firing yet. More SM-6 coming in. More ESSM coming in. Well, it appears the plan worked, because we completely destroyed the Chinese attack before they even got within probably 30 miles of the fleet. Well, I say that. Just a couple have got through. Checking the Chinese. Chinese haven't fired yet. I'll go and make sure they're set up okay. I'm sure they are. Just these two to go. Come on, sink them. Let's check on our ammo supplies. Arleigh Burke has used all RIM 174. She's used all MST and almost all of her ESSM. Tico has used, I think, most of her ESSM, all of her MST, and all but one SM-6. That's funny. You're funny. One YJ-18 got through the barrage. It just shows the potent over-the-horizon missile defense of SM-6 and ESSM together, guided in via over-the-horizon sensor, i.e. AWACS. Just make sure these guys are... Yep, they're all set to defend themselves, and they've got support, so I guess they're just waiting. YJ-18 coming in, about to be taken out by a couple of ESSM, and they didn't even get within visual range of the blue fleet. So defensively, as they always are, America absolutely smashed that. And that is all offensive or all specific anti-ship missiles fired by China now, which is great. Some of you guys said, why isn't the YJ-21 missile in here? Well, we don't have anti-ship ballistic missiles in DCS. We do have them in DCS, we don't have them in Sea Power yet. Will we ever get them? Not the foggiest, but something we don't have at the moment. First offensive missiles going out, which I can't see them because we can't see them on our AWACS, but they are whatever they are. They look like S300s, so they're going to be HHQ-9. Firing at a range of about 30 miles, 40 miles maybe. All ships now firing. How well are the MSTs going to do? There are 12 plus 20, 32 of them. About the same number of... no, in fact, there were more Chinese missiles. There were 32 per se. There were 40 Chinese missiles. There are 32 American missiles. And they are being taken out with moderate ease. Well, it looks like we're going to get the same result as what we had in DCS, which is that everyone shoots down everyone's missiles, and that's the end of the battle. Although in Sea Power, we have the ability to kind of speed up time and have them charge into each other, so we may do that, we'll see. Of course, the primary defence of these escort ships is to escort and defend other ships, capital ships. So, generally speaking, they're going to have more defensive power than offensive power, and we're seeing it here, as we're seeing it in DCS, getting pretty much the same results, which probably means it's pretty well modelled. Last two MSTs will be taken out relatively easy, I imagine. Look at the jammers, they've got jammers on board, and sometimes they can spoof the incoming missiles, as you saw there. Sometimes they can't. It helps when there are multiple ships at different angles trying to track these guys here. It helps overcome their jammers. Jammed. Well, if this gets through, I'll eat my hat. And I don't want to be eating any hats today. Come on, come on. Oh, it's the 052. Is it? How did that get through, viewers? I just don't know. Super jammer question mark? It got through. Amazing. Oh, Jesus, it's crossed. They really played that one close. Let's have a look. Oh, gee, look at that. The 055, the big one, has used almost all of its long-range SAMs, only has close-range defense and no anti-ship ability anymore. Well, only long-range anti-ship. 052 also has used almost all of its 9B. All of its anti-ship, just got close, just got SHORAD basically, and this guy here has got rid of everything. He only had 3 SHORAD missiles left, no anti-ship, so China has been hugely depleted. So MSTs did absolutely beautiful there. Arleigh Burke still has SM2, it basically run out of everything else. ESSM gone, SM6 gone, MST gone, and Tico has her massive array of SM6 left, ESSM a few, even one SM6, which I'll probably keep just in case. But well done to everyone on that account, but especially America for maintaining so much. Look how many helicopters are sent out. AI is so stupid. Well done, America, for maintaining their stores. I guess we speed up now and see what happens when they get closer. This may or may not work. When I speed things up, sometimes I get odd results, but bear with me, let's see what happens. So I'm expecting they're going to be able to start seeing each other over the horizon, which is what we need now, because we don't have any over the horizon weapons left. Oh, yes, we do, though, don't we? Because we've got ESSM left. That could be used as an over-the-horizon missile. So how am I going to use that? I don't think the Chinese... Well, I can't... Well, the Chinese are going to do what the Chinese do, but... Blues, I don't know. No, because I'm not allowed to interfere, am I? Doesn't matter, I'm not allowed to interfere. I was going to say, at 40 miles, I could use ESSM as an over-the-horizon weapon, but I'm not allowed to. What I can do, thinking about it, is I can set these guys to free fire now. 10 to free fire. Oh god, it's already firing. And I'm hoping that they're going to start using their ESSMs over the horizon, because it is a capacity they have. SM6 is going to get taken out, obviously, as it has just there. I didn't really want to waste all those precious SM6s at the beginning and just have them all shot down by HQ9s. I mean, it's the best defensive weapon we have. Okay, what's that? What's that? Oh no, so here's the problem. They're going to start shooting down helicopters. I really don't want to waste that. So I can't tell them what to shoot at. That's against the rules, but I can change their ROE. That's within the rules. I think I'll just have to let them shoot the helicopters down. My distance between fronts is probably still quite far. Oh, we've got a long way to go, viewers. A long way to go. And I wish those helicopters would bugger off. I'm on tenterhooks here, viewers. I really don't know who's going to win this. SM2's fired there. Complete waste of SM2. Alright, all helicopters removed from the board. Huh. How about that? What's that? What's that? What just happened? All the missiles have just been fired. Oh, it's the harpoons. I forgot all about the harpoons, viewers. Right, harpoons have been fired because we've got within harpoon range. There you go. I doubt they're going to do much. 8 harpoons versus China's best is probably not going to do much. That said, China is very much depleted in their weapon stock, so who knows what's going to happen at the moment. Okay, here they come over the horizon, over the radar horizon, I should say, which of course is much bigger than the visual horizon due to the way electromagnetism works. Alright, check they're on free fire. They are. Check the radars are on. You remember a few battles ago. Oh, look, they've turned the radars off. Look at that. It's, well, I would call it a bug. I don't know if you guys call it a bug, but sometimes AI just turn their radars off. Now, you'd want them to turn their radar back on to start defending themselves, but they don't. They just sit there and get shot. So it's our responsibility, annoyingly, to check the AI and make sure they don't turn their radars off. So, air search on, everything back on. Okay, he's back on. Okay, they're back on. I'm not ever sure they went off. That was weird. I don't know what that was. May have been a visual bug. Who cares? They're firing. What are they firing? Because they haven't got much left. That's their last long-range missile they're about to fire. Okay, long-range missile gone. This guy's got 3 long-range missiles. How well are they going to take down these harpoons? We are 1 hour into the battle. Wow, that went quick. Harpoons being taken out relatively easily. 055 is out of long-range missiles. 052 is out of long-range missiles. 054 never had long-range missiles and has no missiles to defend itself with. 054 is all out of missiles. 52D and 55 only have short-range SHORAD. Now this, viewers, is... who would have thought some 1990s variants of harpoons may be the thing that wins this? What's getting shot at? Naval gunnery, probably not going to do much. Well, this is jolly exciting. Oh, they're pretty much on the Sea Whiz now. Here comes SHORAD. Deuce is this exciting, viewers. Come on, get through. Come on, punch it. Right, where's the Sea Whiz? It's on the midships. It's on the midships. Ah, damn you. Damn you. Damn your eyes. Come on, young man. Young person. No. Sea Whiz on the bow of that 055. Probably going to make short work of them, yeah. SHORAD. Ah. Too good to be true. Let's check stocks. 055 has burnt through a third of her SHORAD. 52 a third of her SHORAD. 54 is completely out now apart from guns. Well, that was just a bonus. We weren't relying on that anyway. Let's check distance between fronts of 75 miles. Long way to go yet. And punch it. Welcome back. Belligerents are now less than 40 nautical miles apart. Official range of ESSM is 34 miles, so a few miles to go before we can theoretically start lobbing those over the horizon. Are they going to fire? Are they going to fire? Go on, go on. Go on. Yes! They did it! Well, this guy did that guy. Oh, that guy's run. No, his has a range of 30 miles. Oh, I was hoping they were all going to fire at once. Done, blasted. Well, let's see what happens with the ESSM. They're pretty measly missiles for anti-shipping anyway, but let's see. Played by a RIM 7 Sparrow model. In real life, their direct fire probably wouldn't look anything like this. They would probably go high and arc down on top of them, but we'll let them get away with it. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Ah, too good to be true. Huh. Well. It was fair and square, viewers. I allowed them to do it on their own. I didn't press any buttons. So, 052 hit. Wow, that shows the power of ESSM in that case. I wonder why it was so effective. It was so effective because these guys can't defend themselves. They're running out of missiles, aren't they? They've only got SHORAD, which only fires 5 miles. By that point, ESSM is pretty much unstoppable. That must be what's going on there. Alright, well, this guy has got more ESSM, which is going to get in range soon. Again, I'm not cheating. I'm just changing ROE as I'm allowed to. If we can do damage now, we're probably not going to sink them with ESSM, but if we can do a sufficient damage now, it's going to really set us up for a later fight. Here we go. Boomy, boomy, boomy. Fire, please. Uh-oh, she's not firing. She's not firing. She's weapons free. Ah, they've set it up wrong. The guys who made the mod set it up as radio command rather than active radar homing. They set the missile up wrong. That is most upsetting, viewers, wooers, booers. That's a shame, because I was hoping to take at least one Chinese ship out now, and there is nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. Suck it up. Hope the person watches the video and fixes it, I guess. So, what's the next milestone? It's probably going to be 25 miles, roughly, radar over the horizon. One good bit of news, 052D is damaged and she's falling back a bit. So it means we may not have to deal with her straight away. Right, we're coming within, we're getting close to radar horizon now. Who's going to see who first? Well, they're well within 25 miles. I would have thought missiles would be exchanged by now, and I don't know why missiles aren't being exchanged. Let me double check everything. Arleigh Burke, weapons free. Tico, weapons free. Oh, just as I spoke. Slow time down. What happened there? It was Tico firing SM2s by radar. She can do that once they're over the radar horizon, and here they are. Why are the Chinese not responding? Chinese are responding. I take that right back. No, Chinese don't have the range to hit back. The Chinese can't direct fire. They've only got SHORAD, so they can only defend themselves. Ooh, IR absolute excite, viewers. Can she shoot the SM6 down? It's coming in a whopping 2,000 knots. No, yes she can. Yes, no, you know, yes, yes, no, no, yes. We've got an ESSM. Oh, the ESSM's... No, ESSM's been fired line of sight. Look, it's coming straight down. Has that got past the Chinese defence? It's coming vertically straight down. SHORAD out to meet it, and it's missed so far. Could that be a hit? Naval gunnery, they can't stop it. They can't stop it. Yes, they can. Now, why is Arleigh Burke not firing? I suspect Arleigh Burke's radar, for some reason, can't see this far over the horizon. I don't know what it is. I would have thought it could do that, but I don't know. Tico, still doing firing. Some more ESSMs, and they are going to be the tall, bonky ones that come down from the top. It's annoying that she's firing piecemeal, but at this point I'm going back to my usual rules of allowing them to fire piecemeal, and so be it, because we no longer have the excuse of long range. See what happens. Range of her SHORAD is just that tiny little mark there, so she can only start firing there, by which time it's almost too late to intercept anyway. Oh, she's out of SHORAD. She's out of missiles. She's got one more defensive SHORAD missile. Oh dear, China, you use too many missiles, ma'am. That is most upsetting. Intercepted. Last one, come on. Be out of missiles. How far up can that sea whiz elevate? That's a question. Not far enough. First missile got through on 055. Boom, it's not going to be much of a missile because it's a tiny warhead, but it's set a little fire going. Right, and here we go. We're just going to keep pumping them out now. That's ESSM out again. See how much we've got. Again, I don't know why Arleigh Burke's not firing yet. So, oh, here's the thing. We've got so many missiles aboard the mothership. She'll just keep on firing. Why is she firing so badly is the question. Like 1 or 2 here. Why doesn't she fire like 10? Why doesn't this person start firing? Look at those missiles snake. I'm snaking on y'all. Here's an interesting thing. ESSM's been fired against 054. 054 has no missiles to defend herself. So, bye-bye mama, I believe. Okay, big barrage of SM2s, which have much larger warheads than ESSM, are on their way to 055. 055 cannot defend herself. Better watch 055. Goodbye. Yep, that's going to be a sunk ship, viewers. That's 10 SM2s just smashed into pieces. Down at the bow, and she's a goner. Right, finish these two guys off who can't really defend themselves either. So, viewers, we have an American win, and as I said, it was all fair and square. I didn't bias towards anyone. So, why did the Americans win? Well, the first salvos of anti-shipping on both sides were neutral, as tends to be in both simulators. Then after that, we just found that China used more of their defensive weapons. China just used a lot more defensive missiles for reasons I don't really understand, so you'll have to let me know. In fact, I'm starting to calculate an idea in my head. I think the efficacy of the SM-6s was just so good at the over-the-horizon taking out of the missiles. It was almost a PK 1-to-1, wasn't it? So good that they didn't have to deplete their huge stock of over-the-horizon missiles, within-horizon missiles, the SM-2s. So what I'm saying is the blues could fire control and non-panic, whereas the reds had to wait a little bit longer and fire a bit more less controlled and a bit more panicky, therefore getting rid of most of their missiles. Therefore, when it came to the within radar horizon fight, they were depleted. That's how I read it, viewers. Let me know what you think on that. 052's about to go down, 052's gone. Yeah. That's it. Let's watch this hit. Boom! Alright, I'm pretty happy with that fight. Good lessons learned there, and a good battle. Let's move them closer. Welcome back, viewers. 15 miles well within radar horizon. I just press go and all hell goes loose, and it's basically impossible to watch, but go. Everyone's free fire this time. No point of any tactics here. Everyone fire everything. Where's the Tico gone? Where's the Tico gone? Oh, that's the Tico. There's the other. Well, I believe the everything button was pushed, viewers. Let's go and have a look at the Chinese. Also, the everything button was pushed. What a silly fight. SM-6 is being shot down by... oh, I don't know. I'll just shut up. Oh, one of the Chinese has been hit. 055 has been hit. Oh, loads of Chinese hit. 052 hit. Oh, they've all been hit. Right. What about the Americans? Huh, not hit, or only minor hit. This one not hit. How about that? I would like to have something clever to say about that, viewers, but obviously there's no way I can have anything clever to say because I have no idea what did it. My guess is direct fire SM-6 was just crazy. But I don't know, maybe overpowered by the looks of it. Let me know what you think, viewers. That was a solid thrashing. That said, we've still got one warship up for China. Not over till it's over. Over the horizon, ESSM coming in to finish the job now. And SM-6. Boom. Okay, sunk. At this point is usually when Red 4 viewers, Chinese viewers, are upset that I'm cheating. So, and there's always a chance I am. So I just go and double check that everything's set up right just to make sure. So I go here, I go blue, I go radar on, set to veteran, free fire. So that's blue. Check red, weapons free as well. Veteran, radar on, veteran, radar on, veteran. It's all fair, viewers. That's, if you take these ships and you fight them in this range, that's just what happens. Welcome back, viewers. We like to do a 1 mile broadside at the end for the lulz. I think China's about to get their Rowenge due to their big Gatling gun and go. Well, no one likes seeing a Tico blown up, but if you're going to see a Tico blown up, that's a pretty dang fine way of doing it, right? Solid thrashing by China. More ships. Bigger guns, more guns. Arleigh Burke still going amazingly. Damage model problem? No, she's dead. Alright, viewers. Oh, she's really dead. 100 miles. America won. I'm not sure I would say with ease, but they won. They wore the Chinese down with more efficient over-the-horizon firing, and I think I tried to explain my reasons thinking it. 15 miles, America won with ease. I don't know the reason for that. There's no real way of analysing that. I would suspect SM-6s won it, probably a bit overpowered. Let me know your thoughts there, viewers. Broadside, China smashes America for obvious reasons. Lesson learned, don't get in an 1700s broadside battle with modern Chinese vessels. That's it. The big escort ship US versus China battle done. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye bye.